In this problem, we're trying to simplify these three fractions. And to do this, a technique we're going to use is by looking at the denominators. Notice we have 4 terms for each denominator here. So what we can do is, for each one, we can try to regroup to find things that will factor nicely within that denominator. So I'm going to regroup in such a way that we have now the negative b squared at the end, and put the a squared minus 2ac plus c squared here, like so. And the reason is, if I take a look at the first 3 terms, a squared minus 2ac plus c squared, this can factor nicely. It's going to be a minus c quantity squared. So that's what I'm going to get right here, and then the minus b squared will just go at the end. So I do that for each of these fractions, same concept for each of these, where for this one I'm going to put the negative a squared at the end, so that I can factor. I get b minus c squared, which I write right here. So b minus c quantity squared, and then the minus a squared goes at the end. And then for the third fraction, I'm going to put the a squared separate and put the b squared, c squared, and minus 2bc together. And I should have mentioned this, but the reason I'm grouping these 3 together, or the way I can tell, is we see a b here and a c here, and then this term incorporates the b and the c. Over here we saw a b squared, c squared, and the 2bc incorporated both that b and the c. So those are the 3 that we grouped together. Okay, so for this one, the b and the c are together, and they're grouped together right here with this third term, the last term, fourth term. And so the a squared is going to be separate. So the a squared will just leave in the front, minus, and then I'm grouping this together. So when I group this together, it's actually going to make all this positive. It's going to change the sign. And if you don't see that, you can always double check and distribute the negative 1 through each of these, and you would indeed get what we started with, where they're all negative. Okay, so we grouped everything together like that. And so for right here, b squared plus 2bc plus c squared would factor to give me b plus c quantity squared. Okay, so now notice each of these are actually going to be difference of squares, the first fraction, second, and third fraction. So here we have a minus c minus b, and then a minus c plus b would be how we'd factor that difference of squares. Same thing here, b minus c plus a times b minus c minus a, and then right here a plus b, plus c times a minus b minus c. So at this point, notice the a plus b plus c can cancel with the a plus b plus c down right here. So that's going to leave me with 1 over a minus b minus c. Okay, I could do the same thing again with this second fraction. A minus b plus c would cancel with a minus b plus c. I'm left with 1 over a plus b minus c. Okay, and then lastly, what I want to do is I want to combine all 3 into one fraction. So you need to find a least common denominator, which would be a plus b minus c times a minus b minus c. Okay, so that's going to be my denominator. So the 2b would stay the same here, and then I'm not going to take the time to do every little step, but when we do that for the second and third fraction, what we get is this right up here. So if we add like terms together, what we actually end up getting is 0 over a plus b minus c times a minus b minus c, which anything with a 0 on the top would be 0. So all of this would actually just equal 0.